Christmas season 2007, Art Conrad, fed up with the commercialization of Christmas, erects Santa on a cross in his yard to protest. 10 years earlier, Robert Sandella paints Santa on a crucifix. In Catholics Decry Crucified Santa, Bangor Daily News, 23 December 1997, Sandella says he was not responsible for replacing Christ with Santa Claus. You can point the finger at capitalism. After all, Christmas is a big commercial racket. It's run by a big Eastern syndicate, you know. As Lucy Van Pelt says in the 1965 classic, A Charlie Brown Christmas. In the special, Lucy gets Charlie, depressed by the commercialization of Christmas, to direct the school play. When it comes time to get a tree, she suggests he get the biggest aluminum tree you can find. He instead finds a pathetic real tree, prompting Linus to ask, do they still make wooden Christmas trees? Today, I will be talking about that tree, what it was, what it has become, and why. First, let's take a look at that tree and how the Christmas special was conceived. As Robert Wolanski recounts in Bless the Blockhead, Dallas Observer, 7th December 2000, given the task of making a Christmas special for Coca-Cola, Charles Schulz told his producer, I want this show to express what I think is the true meaning of Christmas. According to Robert B. Perry, in Merry Christmas Celebrating America's Greatest Holiday, Journal of Social History, Fall 2002, once a year, hegemonic American institutions, including church, state, the media, and commercial interests, line up to produce a discourse about what Christmas means. Schulz thought about what was the opposite of the true meaning of Christmas, and that was commercialism. As Charlie Brown says, I won't let all this commercialism ruin my Christmas, and neither would Schulz. He made something that decries commercialism, ultimately in favor of a lesson about goodness when the children get together, decorate Charlie's sad little tree, and dance around it. Of course, a Herald Bulletin editorial, 9th December 2009 says, in one of the great ironies, that year's airing of the show was edited so ABC could fit in 4 blocks of advertising, which over-commercialized a show whose theme was over-commercialization. This brings me to how that tree was transformed from an innocent symbol of something real to a commodity. According to Squidoo.com's History of the Christmas Tree, the 1950s America saw the advent of the first artificial Christmas trees. This event, it says, was celebrated by Charles M. Schulz's famous fable about the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Except his fable didn't celebrate the artificial tree. While Lucy wanted one, it is Charlie's choice of the real tree instead that is celebrated. Perhaps the makers of this are readers of Squidoo from the ad text. Want to celebrate the spirit of the Charlie Brown Christmas special? Now you can buy a replica of Charlie Brown's forlorn little tree that's machine calibrated to be imperfect. SlowChristmas.org's review argues, the notion that you can celebrate the spirit of a Charlie Brown Christmas by buying a replica of the imperfect non-commercial tree that Charlie rescues from the aluminum tree lot is frankly nuts. What about buying a cheap knockoff made to mimic the imperfections of the natural world says goodwill toward men and love for the rough, majestic beauty of conifers in winter? But how did it come to this? According to Leonard Peikoff in Why Christmas Should Be More Commercial, Miami Herald, 23 December 1996, life requires reason, selfishness, capitalism. And this is what Christmas should celebrate, and really under all the pretense, that is what it does celebrate. Annie Leonard says in The Story of Stuff that we seek to meet our emotional and social needs through shopping, a nearly sacred right in the United States. In fact, in the wake of the 9/11 tragedy, President Bush told us to hang out America is open for business signs and keep shopping. Every year, Black Friday to Christmas, we do just that. We shop and we shop. And as Christmas shopping season starts earlier and earlier, we can start to see what Art Conrad and Robert Sandella were getting at. Christmas isn't about Jesus anymore, but about Santa Claus, about buying and getting gifts. Today, we've seen the conception of a Charlie Brown Christmas, and we've taken a look at Charlie's tree and how it turned into this. And finally, we've seen why. The conflict between religion and commercialism goes on. As Joe Waldfogel describes in Scroogenomics, Pope Benedict XVI chided the increased commercialism surrounding Christmas. But Bill O'Reilly and the American Family Association have no quarrel with commercialism in Christmas. Their problem is that religion, Jesus in particular, is absent from them all. GodWeb.org, they tried to outlaw Christmas, suggests that at its best, the spirit of Christmas is a mirror in which we see reflected the very best that life can be. We see ourselves moved by generosity, inspired by hope. We keep coming back to Charlie Brown. After all, as Charles Schulz says in Schulz and Peanuts, a biography by David Michaels, there will always be a market for innocence in this country, regardless of how far down the capitalist rabbit hole we go, I would add. Or perhaps because of it.